What's up, nerds? Today we've got a small business slash big business slash American-made business.
That's right.
Unboxing for you today that we are excited to go through. So I got some cool stuff, some subscription boxes. We've got a teaser box that we're going to tell you guys about. We got a bait bag, and we've got a whole bunch of rods from Cashion, which up until this point we've only tried a few of. So now we've got like 8 more to try out. So we're pretty stoked about that. All right, so without further ado, let's just unbox some stuff, shall we? Let's do it.
These aren't even in a box.
Let's grab things off camera.
I'm gonna walk over
and bring them into camera frame. So first of all, let's talk about these rods. We got some Cashion rods. If you guys aren't familiar with Cashion, they're making some pretty high-end stuff. American-made, fantastic components, and you've used 2 of them so far, right? You have 2 rods?
Yeah. The Icon series is where BFS and regular is where I've done some testing before.
Icon.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing with American made. You're getting quality for sure. You're not paying for the freight, like the overwater freight, but obviously the labor costs and then even the raw material costs are going to be higher. A lot of times with American made, you'll see the same rod is going to be a lot more expensive. I think Cashion has done a really nice job of providing you an American made product, an extremely high quality product at a very competitive price, considering all of the hurdles of getting you at that price point. So you're going to see the fit and finish on these is completely bananas. That's really what drew us in the first time. It's super nice.
All right, so we'll start at the top, the cream of the crop, and then we're going to work our way down because they do. So we're going to start with the Icons. They are $235 to $245, so that's like their high-end stuff, and then you can go a little bit further down the line. We've got some Element series stuff that is $130, which is much more affordable and more of like
that's our style.
What I'm looking for.
That's what we run. Now we'll tell you before we get into this, we were sent the rods for free, right? So we did not pay for the rods. Now, as always, the deal is you get the review you get, and we wanted to try the expensive ones so that if someone asked us, we were able to say, hey, we tried the Icon series. We asked specifically for the Element series because that's what the people want to see. We get so many questions about, give you a budget rod. We're going to test the budget stuff, sure. And then when someone says, hey, is it worth it to go for the Icon? We'll have an opinion for you. So that's why you're going to see a mix of the Icon and the Element.
That's why we do what we do, because we would go bankrupt if we tried to do all these reviews for you.
Heck, I'm bankrupt now.
So we got the Icon swim bait rod here. It's around $245. We went for the medium heavy. So they do have one that goes up to 6-ounce swim baits. The vast majority of swim baits that we fish around here are not even close to 6 ounces. We're in Michigan. Granted, you totally could. I'm not saying nobody does that, but we don't. So we looked for the 1/2 ounce to 3 ounce is just the perfect fit. So this is a swim bait rod that I've been looking for a long time. You can see that they have the woven grips. Now, at first, I was totally out on these. I did get a chance to fish Paul's Icon BFS for an entire day on the river, and I changed my mind. Like, they're totally fine. It's not bad. I have seen woven grips that are uncomfortable.
I love the woven grips. I was a big detractor when I first got it. The first one I got was on a 6 cents rod years ago, and I was like, this thing is going to get stuff in it. It's going to get nasty. It's going to be slippery. I'm going to hate it. I absolutely loved it. I changed my mind entirely, and I do like it a lot.
So there's your beautiful American flag. We got our
North Carolina production, baby.
I mean, you love to see it.
And they roll a heck of a blank. Look at just the depth on the epoxy finish is completely nuts. Now they do these rods. I'm getting this from their website. They do not sand their blanks. And so what you get when you put the epoxy on that, it means there's a little bit more strength in the blank, and because you just lose, you lose some of the strength when you're taking some of the material out, and also the epoxy adhesion is really high, and so you should be finding that these are going to be a really durable rod for you.
Love the grip, open blank underneath, so you get a little more sensitivity there, and then hook keeper is a good one.
One of my faves.
I like those a lot.
And you might be scared because that one pops up a little bit. I've had 2 of those, and I've never broken one. They are really well done. The other thing I want to call out is they do have smaller guides. Now, not all of them are micro guides. The micro ones are on the bait finesse, not on these ones, but they are smaller guides. Now, the reason you go with a smaller guide, especially on like the bait casting side, is to get that increased sensitivity. Remember how we were talking about, oh yeah, really, a stiff rod, high quality graphite or carbon, whatever the rod's made of, is going to give you that sensitivity, as well as how they design, where the rod bends. But things like smaller guides that, yes, you can sneak a knot through this, no problem, but a smaller guide is going to increase your sensitivity. What else did we get there?
We got a 7.3 medium heavy.
You can hear him clearly because it seems like he's over there, but he has a mic. But we did get a 7.3 medium heavy.
You want me to just say it?
We're 11. Say the next one.
We're 11. We're telling jokes. All right, so we got the 7.3 medium heavy casting, 7.6 medium light. And then
Oh, shucks.
Ah!
We're just stabbing everything.
just crossing sticks. Watch out.
So, so I do want to show you also the spinning setup. So you get the split grip, you got that gorgeous icon there, and you can see that North Carolina roll finish. It is gorgeous. One of the things that also drove me over to the Icon series and Cashion in general,
Bottom
you
grip.
notice bottom screw lock, baby. That's such a big deal for me. It just goes completely unnoticed by other people. You guys are blind. So right up here, this is how I carry it. So the reel is going to be right here, and then all of the sensitivity and smoothness, I want that to be right here. This is how I grip the rod. And when you have the screw lock like up here, it just makes no sense. It just makes no sense at all. I love this, so that's a huge win for me. And then you get all the same gorgeous components. You get the quality guides all the way through and through. This is one of the rods. This is probably the one that I'm most hyped to try.
Mostly because Paul's other 7.6 medium light was snapped to pieces. Rip.
Just see.
All right, so the other one that we're really excited to test out is going to be our most expensive ultralight rod that we've ever used.
Gas.
So this is the Icon Panfish Trout Rod. Same exact like design and everything, but it's going to allow us to throw 132 to 316 ounce.
Talk to me.
That is pretty wild. Hang on, let me show them. Can we get the tip in there?
Touch the tip.
Can you get the tip? Grab a tip.
All right, hold on. There it is right there. There's really nothing. There's nothing to it. You get light as air. And I would tell you right now, after using their Bait Finesse series of rods, I can tell you that they know what the heck they're doing. The actions are going to be exactly what you would want and expect, and they're going to hit the weight ranges that they advertise. Can confirm.
This one dropped at ICAST this year, actually. So this is the new Element BFS. This is the one thing that drew us back to Cashion to check them out this year at ICAST. And then they reached out to us. We got a chance to connect, and we were like, oh, can we get like the one rod that we really wanted in the first place? And by the way, we'll try your other ones too. But this is the Element BFS. Look at that little gold flake there. That's pretty sick.
Fire.
You get the cork handle on the Element series versus the woven grip. It's a foam grip at the butt section there. And you still get like the nice open blank design. It's still a really good handle on this. Same screw lock and everything. Same hook keeper and all that. And if we scan up here,
oh, the blue.
Yeah, there's a hint of blue to these, and then you can see that the rod is designed a little bit differently, right? So there's a little different fit and finish, obviously on a slightly lower end than what they're offering with their Icon series, given it's $100 less.
You're going to get a drop in material quality, but you're also going to get all the same design elements, and you're going to get that lower price point.
Pretty moderate. Yeah, mod fast at best.
I can't feel it. That feels like it's in between.
That's somewhere in between mod and mod fast. So that's giving you an idea of the rod action there, and I'm pretty excited to test this out.
That's perfect. That's going to work for a chatter. That's going to work for a chatter bait. That's going to work for your bladed baits, but it's also going to be all right when you're trying to sling those lighter jigs. Like that's fire for the BFS.
This is going to be a really interesting one for us to try. I don't think I've ever used. Well, you have the Trigon, right? So we have the the St. Croix Trigon is similar to this in that it's a medium light, but we have the Element series, and this is a 610. If you can see there, 610 medium light. We're gonna cast from 1/8 up to 7/16. Dude,
that's kind of fire.
That's like your heavy BFS.
That's like video games, baby.
Right? It's still got a really solid, like, I feel like they nailed the whip.
Yeah.
So the whippiness of your BFS rods definitely limits you in like what you can use or not use with a particular rod. We don't really love rods that are straight noodles. You also run into issues when they're a little bit too stiff, right? It makes it harder to cast. I used to have the Shimano Sensolite before it was discontinued. That thing was a broomstick. I mean, it was meant to cast lighter weights, but it was really hard to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So this...
It's a fine balance.
I think these guys are towing the line. I think they're doing a good job. So really excited to test this one out too. Again, like you guys, this is the first look feedback. We're just going fit and finish. So far, loving what we see. When we get them out on the water, then we can do more of an in-depth full review, and we can use our wonderful rating system that we're going to be using next year. So there you go.
And keep in mind, it's not even December, so it's going to be a little while before we actually get these on the water. But we also have a 7.3. We got a 7.3 fast, the medium heavy. So this is just going to be your getting after it rod. I won't lie. This is not my favorite lockdown nut. I've always been bugged. TFO used to have these. Still love TFOs and recommend them all day. I think this is just a Fuji thing. This is just the when you get this grip, like this reel seat, that's the screw lock, the nut that you get. It's fine. They have smoothed it out. I will say this is a little bit less like aggressive with the bumps, but overall, it's a really very functional, very sensitive reel seat. And at the price point for $130, that is the new standard. $130 is the new like budget rod these days. I'm hyped to have this made in America is stunning, and I'm hyped. I'm here for it.
$130 American-made rod. Pretty impressed with that. Can't wait to get it out there. Which one of us is going to try and break the 7.3 medium heavy element?
Whoever gets it, it really doesn't matter. We're both absolute juggernauts when it comes to ruining rods, so we'll get it done.
We're pros, not aggressively average. Pros.
Good at that.
Wow.
Give me one of these.
All right, next up, we got small business. We're talking Darkhorse Tackle. So this is what we've found to be a really nice, like, small business supporting subscription box. We're not really big on subscription boxes anymore.
Well, they've lost their luster because I think people started realizing, like, I could just find out what's in the box and go buy it for myself when it's on sale. And so the business model just like doesn't make sense anymore. However, I would say that when you find your niche and you find your people and you got two guys who know what the heck they're doing and can pick some baits in a very small niche, these two guys actually do a really nice job, and it's very compelling. So what they're doing is they are going out and shopping for you, small businesses, American made, right? So they're saying if you're a small business and you're in America, we want to support you. We want to showcase what you can do. This is custom bait manufacturers. This is guys inventing baits that you can't find anywhere else on the shelf. So they are sourcing something that you won't find anywhere else. But I love that. Now you're speaking my language, and now I want to talk to you.
We got custom colors. We got custom items.
From companies that you've never even heard of.
Yep, which is what makes it fun.
Go through the list. Hit them. I'll pull them out as you go.
Here's the list. Pause to read. You can see the prices of everything that is included in there as well. There's definitely some neat stuff in there. Hey, this guy was on our podcast recently. That's Tackle Talk there.
He knows what the heck he's talking about.
He knows some things. He wouldn't be on this box if he didn't like these guys.
They had a mini A-rig from... this is a company we learned about because of the box.
So first up, from Bass Dope Lures, we've got the Baby Umbrella Rig.
You know how long it took us to figure out how to... We couldn't find these. We looked forever. Check it out.
These things are sick. Saw the guys catching fish on this. It's got the HD swivels on it too. So upgraded terminal components. I mean, this thing is great. We have a slightly bigger version of this that we got from Bass Dope a while back, and loved it.
And a smaller version from a super small business. Here's the other thing that I really like about Bass Dope, and we said we were teasing. We were teasing something. And what we're teasing is we worked with Darkhorse Tackle to bring you guys a box for December, a Christmas box that was designed in partnership with us, with them. We did it together, and it was a ton of fun. But I'll tell you, the hardest part, and they are fanatical about this, is making combos inside of each box. So you're not just getting like, oh, I found a Strike King jig, and it's in the box and has nothing to go with it. Everything matches up. There's options galore. They all pair up. So there you go. They give you a 3-pack of 3/16 ounce, also from Bass Dope. And the color is White Lady swim bait heads. 3 jig heads for the 3 wires of the A-rig. Gasp!
How crazy. Also, Bass Dope has the coolest business card in the biz. It's not dirty. You figure it out.
Oh no!
And also, did you see their slogan? Get Bass Addicted. You get it now.
Yep.
So what are we going to put on those jig heads, you might ask? Well, we're going to take these from Bitters Lures, and we've got a nice paddle tail here in a natural colorway with some good flash to it too. That should be the perfect size to fit onto that jig head. Again, this is like just what we found we really like about this. We got so many subscription boxes back in the day, hundreds of them, and it half the time was just like
Here's
random
some stuff.
It was like this. Hold your box up.
Yeah.
Hold your box up.
Hey, what should we put in the box this month?
Let's put that in the box.
Oh wow, what is
Let's
it?
put that in the box.
Colors? Who cares?
We made a box. Good job.
But
these guys don't do that.
Exactly. You're also getting this. This is Martin's Custom Baits LLC. Look, I apologize for not hearing, have heard it from you or about you before, but I haven't. And you got this sick jig. This is the do-it-all jig, a truly do-it-all. So brush piles, sticks, extra tough. Like they're giving you the extra tough hook here. I'm gonna check out this hook. Shazam! That one.
Shazow.
That one is getting after it. But it is a very flexible hook, and you could even put a trailer on there.
This color is called
Blue Craw.
DH Blue Craw.
Yeah, and now it is like a faded green pumpkin blue, and that is almost the exact color. Now here's what we have discovered. This don't mind if I do. Now you could thread this one. I'm not going to. I'm going chunk trailer
just
style because that's what it is. And you can just hang that bad boy on the back, or you could thread it if you wanted to for a little less action, a little more compact profile. But look at what they do a lot of times is when they're partnering with these companies, they'll say like, oh, you don't have a color that matches exactly. Like I found this jig. Can you just match the color? They'll send them the jig, and then look, you get a perfect exact pairing.
To do a custom run to make it work.
Just for the box.
So this one is from HH Custom Lures. Look at this little heart guy with sunglasses.
Bam, baby.
That's a pretty wild logo.
Getting them done.
Dig it.
This next one is Jaboom Baitco.
Jaboom.
Look, no, check. This is what I'm talking about.
Every time I set a hook from now on,
it says put the Jaboom on them.
if you don't say Jaboom on all hook sets,
Jaboom!
Jaboom.
Got him? No.
Hold on.
Jaboomed him.
Jaboom.
Dude, I love
Every
that.
dink flies to next Tuesday.
Oh, bro. Yeah, like who's making this? Freaking nobody. Look at that.
Wild.
That's
so check
sick.
this out.
Purple melon. It's called the beaver balls.
It's like a June bug. So we got the watermelon with the purple.
That's sick.
It's pretty wild.
It's
so beaver
sick.
balls, because it's like a combo beaver style bait with these little appendages, we'll call them.
We
coming
call
off
them
the side.
appendaguy.
Appendaguys. What are you doing, appendaguy? This is pretty wild. So nice little flipping bait. Now,
What the heck of a box.
before we do the next box, they also sent us very loud packaging. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, what?
They sent us some shirts, so we're gonna put them on. Ready? Let's put them on.
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Isn't
Isn't that a sick shirt?
that is
These
freaking
things are-
awesome. All right, we got a whole other box though on top of the tees, which you can go get at the Darkhorse website if you so choose.
You choose.
Oh, choose. Yeah.
Two amazing hard baits right off the top here. So we do have a 4.5 inch glide bait. And this is coming from, hang on, Stoneman and Sons Lure Company. This thing is sick. Comes in bone, so I mean, it's gonna work really well right off the bat. Great color choice. They got like the Spro Angry Eyes almost on there. Quite a hinge there. You're gonna have a lot of action, a lot of movement on this thing. Love the color. This thing's great. Soft tail that can be replaced there. They got the vector hooks. They put that on like most of their gear.
They say all their stuff.
The vector trebles are like commonplace here. We've used them. They're great at catching fish. I like them. That thing is an oversized Karashi. That's what it reminded me of.
Like. Yeah,
Yep.
feel it though.
It's going to be a twitch bait.
All right, next up we have the Sidestep 3-inch. This is also a Stoneman and Sons, specifically for Darkhorse, so custom for this run. The paint job.
That thing is
The
sick.
paint job is immaculate. It is so well done. There's a nice finish on it. So this is, Jeff and I were just talking about, it's like an oversized Karashi. So it'll be a twitch bait. It's going to suspend a little bit. You can see it's got some weights in there. Maybe you can't. You can see it's got some weight transfer in there. Not weight transfer. It has weights in there. Forecasting. Vector hooks, the Tornadoes, number 8 in the front and back. Honestly,
I'm stoked.
no, I lied. I want this one. Nah, I want them both. Go away. Give me all the baits.
No. Anyways,
No.
next up, what we got? Look who's back again. We got HH Custom Baits here. So we've got the Koosh Ball, and it's a bladed jig essentially, but they call it the Micro Blade in Killer Gill. So it's a ball head jig
That's kind of cool.
with a split ring, 2 of them actually. And then you've got your little blade at the top. The thing is pretty sick. And they got the snap clip up there as well. Love the color. Going for like a gill pattern with a gold blade. I am a big fan of that. That is freaking cool. I can't wait to see like how this actually fishes though.
Yeah.
Always interested when anybody does a bladed jig. And it's not a Z-Man. I'm always like, yeah, but how does it fish? So I know my guys do research. They literally have been, as we've been making our box, we have a custom color run of jerk baits. And then Zach from Darkhorse Tackle is sending us pictures nonstop. He's like, so I dropped the jerkbait in the tank to see if it's a sink or a slow suspend.
And I quote, it's standing on its tippy toes.
It's the slowest. If it's not a suspend, it's the slowest sink I've ever seen. I was like, okay, dude, thank you.
Perfect.
So they test this stuff out. They got the tank or they go fish it. So I believe these guys. I like it. To pair up with this, what do we got?
Well, we got another H&H.
All right, so it looks like we got 2 baits that could go alongside this.
This is
First up, look at this guy.
wise guys.
Wise guys.
3 of them.
The Wise Guys tackle.
I love that.
That's
dude.
awesome. So we got a little fluke tail in a color that will pair up with this really well. It's the 4-inch bada bing, bada bing,
Bada bing, bada bing.
and we could slap this sucker. Oh, it's a really like pretty
Even
thin wire hook.
This one we go to.
Yep.
Really
and then
well.
you've also got this that
So
Paul just unboxed.
This is
Little
also
paddle tail.
from H&H Custom. It's a little paddle tail. It's got to be like 2.5, 3-inch guppy swim bait and Killer Gill. It's an 8-pack.
Definitely the one that was meant to pair with this, but
Yeah.
you could pair both of these with it.
If you don't have a fluke this size for the summertime to nose hook, you're missing out on about 5 billion bites.
Oh,
That's just a fact.
It changed multiple days for Paul and I.
It's a fact. You're missing bites. Like dock fishing, you get yourself one of these, like a little 2-3-inch or a 3-inch-ish like this one, and you are going to be swinging. This one's a 4-inch. You're swinging. Like you are straight swinging.
All right, so there we go. I think the paddle tail is like the one that we're going to go with.
Yeah, baby.
So that is pretty clutch. Color pairs up perfectly. You got top color, bottom color. It's perfect.
And I'm going to do you a tip. If you want to change it up or if this happens to happen to you, don't stop fishing it. So go ahead and pinch the back there. rip that off, and I promise
Way
you,
to ruin my bait.
No, I just improved it. You may actually
You're
get
welcome.
yourself a little bit different action and a little more speed. You have not ruined the bait, especially on a bladed jig. We are good. We are good. And I mean, think about that. You're getting 2 hard baits, custom hard baits, 2 8-pack of plastics, and then you're getting the bladed jig in there. That's
all full packs.
That's legit.
Yep.
Yeah, all full packs. That is legit. All from American businesses, small businesses. Hand selected, handcrafted by the guys at Darkhorse. And I could say that because we've done the crafting, and it's not as easy as you would think. There's a fire emergency once a week where some baits are
Twice a week.
Not sometimes 3 times a week, where they got to figure out how to put these boxes together and give you a quality product at a price you're going to be happy with. So gift ideas for the holidays. Hey, the Christmas one's coming, but if one of these strikes your fancy, go freaking swing away. Go check them out. This is one of the very few that we can still be like, yeah, this is totally worth it.
So our Christmas box, the Aggressively Average Christmas with Darkhorse, is available right now. It's $34.99, but we will get you $5 off. Use the code AAA5 and you'll get $5 off that box. So it puts you under $30. It'd be a great gift idea. We don't make any money.
I want one as a gift.
Buy us a box. No, so just to be clear, we have no monetization deal with them. We are not making any money on this box.
The $5 just goes to you.
Yeah, it goes to you, and then you're paying Darkhorse, and therefore these small businesses get money and attention. So that's a win all around. Before the end of the month, we will unbox it as well, but definitely go check it out now and get your $5 off. So we do have some new colors of an ultralight jig that we just wanted to share with you guys from our buddy over at Pig Jigs. If you guys haven't checked these out, these are all hand tied. They are done really well. They come in a million different colors, and we actually have new color in the micro jig series. These are also their own jig now. They were doing a ton of collaborations in the past, but this is not a mule jig. This is different.
Yeah. So look, that is a baby jig. These are really hard to find, you guys. Someone making jigs of this size, of this quality. You just don't find them. And they're making this in, this is the truce, right? That's what they call it?
Yeah, the truce is a color that we asked for way back in the day with them. It's copper truce, our favorite color. So that is cool. Here's what's really cool about these. I wonder if it'll work on my hand. It will.
132.
Here's why we got this jig. So here's the deal with these jigs. They are stand-up jigs.
And they come in 132. So think about that. Like, how many times can you go out and find a quality jig of this in this color at 132? You just can't. This is the only place.
So this is pretty nifty if we can zoom in there far enough. He's actually got like these little prongs coming off the side, and the head is really flat. So it's 100% designed to just stand up for you, even if you're not using like Z-Man or Elastec or floatable plastics.
Oh, they got, this is, I think, what makes it theirs, these little dots.
That's what I just showed on camera.
Sorry, I'm a dumb, I wasn't listening to you.
The color we collaborated with them on, even though we were like, hey, make sure you got a copper truce. That's not our collaboration.
We had to have it.
He was like, if you could do a custom color, what would you do? And I said, chartreuse head. Yeah, and then Paul and I got together on the skirt color, and we went with green pumpkin blue with like that brighter blue in there. So that's the AA. That's our color.
There's not a situation where that won't be okay or perfect. Like, it's going to be fine no matter what. I've caught it in ultra clear water. I've caught it in dark water. And then I think it does its best in like slightly tannic, mildly stained water. Like, it just bangs. I absolutely love this. And I just like that it comes in a 1/16 and a 132. That's just like not a common size. And you just don't get that fine wire hook in there. So yeah, for the price, you're getting a quality jig, and it's going to catch a fish.
And this last color is called Mud Monster, and it's purple and chartreuse. Does that color sound? So we fished the Mud Monster in his bladed jig that he has, and we caught
the U-lated.
We caught 1 million fish on it. Mud Monster is clutch.
And that's your dark water option, right? So that is pull the ripcord. I can't see a thing. Send help. Now you can only find these. This is really important. This is the only place you can find these. Pigjigs247.com. I know that's probably backwards for you, but you get what you get. And I'll put it up right here. But you can hit them up on Instagram too. So those are the only 2 places we're going to be able to get a hold of them. Again, Small Biz Wednesday on the show. It's really important. The guy does great stuff, and this is just one example.
I'm still waiting for all the comments that say, where do I get these jigs?
And I have told you.
I'll say it again. Here. Right there.
Oh, I mean, again, we get nothing if you buy these or not. I mean, it's just, they're cool. That's all.
Even with the custom color that we worked on with him.
It doesn't matter. We just did that to have the cool color because we wanted to fish it.
So we love small business. 1000% you should go spend your money with those companies. Here's a not small business
that still does cool stuff.
It's like, this is still to this day one of, if not the best subscription options. It's not a box, it's a bag that you could get. Yes, it says Bait School on the front. You will not find it if you Google search that. I have found that out through comments. People have been looking for it. This is the Bank and Creek bag. You can find it on lurenet.com, part of the Pradco umbrella of companies.
When you get the sticker, it's hard to tell, but it says Bank and Creek.
So definitely big business, but Pradco owns like a million of your
Great
favorite
Lakes Finesse,
companies.
Headin, Bandit,
War Eagle,
Booyah, there's so
Rebel,
many. Yum,
Smithwick,
how could we forget?
Bobby Garland.
Yeah, a ton of huge brands, but a lot of brands that fit this like niche market where they do something really well and they've done it well for a long time. These are long established brands, except for Great Lakes Finesse. They're bringing them out new, but that is
established brand.
They're really getting after a niche, and all of these brands fall into that niche of quality and value.
So you get the bag, which is neat, and it's a decent bag, and then you get a whole bunch of baits in here. So they're going.
Oh, the Smithwick.
They are sending you the baits that you need this time of year. So we've got jerkbait here from Smithwick. We've fished this thing a bunch in a bunch of different colors.
Underrated.
It's really underrated. It's a great jerkbait.
They're like the old school, like jerkbait style. Like when you get it, you're like, oh, it's old school. But then the paint jobs are like all new. So this one is FX Blue. Hold on. FX Blue? They have a clown color that has like a beautiful purple. It's like one of my faves.
The bone color is also killer.
The bone is
my favorite.
Their color patterns are like true. They don't get enough love, and they did a really good job. The fit and finish on it is perfect, and a lot of people see this as like the old Rapala style. These have the same actions as like your cool modern jerkbaits, and then the weight and profiles. They only do the big profiles, so 3 trebles. They absolutely get the job done.
You can wait for 3 people in the comments to say Rapala.
Rapala, whatever, dude. Get over yourself.
You said it wrong. All right.
I did.
So I got 2 other hard baits in the box here. So we got from Rebel. This thing is killer. This is another like little Twitch bait. So this is called the Raider, the Rebel Raider. And this actually came up when I was talking about the Megabass Karashi. I was like, oh, the Karashi is really cool. And people were like, did you try the Rebel Raider? We actually have some. We have used it. And it is
there in a box right here.
It's a pretty killer bait. And I love this color too. This is like a flashy chartreuse and blue. It's even silver right there. That thing is, I flipped you guys off, so sorry. There's even silver foil right there. This is killer. So yeah, a little subsurface or topwater if you run it fast.
That's right.
Twitch bait. And it's super fun to fish with. You can throw it on ultralight BFS spinning gear, or if you got a medium light caster, it's a good option.
We'll keep with the Rebel theme. They have a new series for their craw, their wee craw, which, I mean, this is just a legendary bait in its own right. One of the ones that got me started fishing the river and catching fish in the river, but now in a matte offering. So I'm gonna get you as close as I can. Let's get the light. Shoo! Bam! And these are sick. So it's just taking a lot of their really popular colors and putting them in the matte. I'll tell you, after fishing some Great Lakes Finesse, their kind of claim to fame is, hey, we do a matte finish. Because you see professional anglers like rubbing the baits to get the shine off of them, to get that matte. That's built in with them. And now it's built in here, and these absolutely will crush it.
Then we got the crick hopper, they call it. This is a cricket bait with a little bill, so it'll dive down just a little bit. You got your teeny tiny little trebles there. This is a perfect creek, hence Bank and Creek bag bait that you could be using in that matte finish with the red, which will also be killer this time of year.
Next up, we got the Great Lakes Finesse like I was talking about. This is a super innovative take on a tube. So you get this hollow bait. This is called the Juvie Craw. This color I've never even seen.
Best color.
It's just the motor oil.
It's motor oil.
One of my all-time favorites. Now, it's a little bit more of a red than the standard motor oil, but it is a... Oh, and they gave you the... This is why we love Bank and Creek. When they give you a plastic, they give you something to match with it every time. And in this case, you get the Great Lakes Finesse. This is their tube jig. This is how easy this is to rig, guys. You take the bait, you take the tube, you stick it in there, right to the end, and you poke... Just poke the hook eye out the front, and you are rigged. You're ready to go. You just get the appendage, load it up, and that thing is ready to fish. Nice, compact, meant to imitate those juvenile craw that you often find in a smallmouth gullet when you catch a giant. That one will absolutely get her done.
Yep. So then we have the crappie starter kit, basically, that you can go with. So we got
dinner. After the dessert, after your dinner.
You want to make your crappie tacos, like, you're going to be good to go. So we have Crappie Pro jigs in the pink, which I'm liking. We've had these jigs for a while now. They are great jigs. It's got like this laser point hook with a nice bend to it. It's going to pin fish. It's great. You got some floats, little float bobbers that you could throw on there.
Are these
as well.
The Slippy boys?
I think so.
No, these are the Grippy boys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got the tab at the top.
So we like these because these are really for that ultra light. So you can, all you're gonna do is do what you normally do with the bobber ears. I gotta get my finger out of here. You're gonna pinch the bottom down, and that's gonna make a little hook. Put that on your line, do the same thing on your bottom, and then you just lock this thing in place. And then below it, you put the pro hook. And then what do you put on the hook?
You can choose, depending on what they're biting that day. But you take your Bobby G's here. We have the stroller, which is like a grub with it. It's a grub, but the end of the tail of this grub has a paddle on it. So that thing
is grabbing the water.
Pretty nuts.
I have not used these. I want to mess with these.
I've never used this one.
This color is insane. Black and chartreuse is like a crappie staple. You gotta have it in the bag.
We call it the Batman. So then you go here. There you go.
Boot.
You see that? Look at that little boot tail. This thing is freaking nuts. So really cool little bait there. And then you go to the other one.
That one's gonna move. Now this is like kind of the stock standard. Like if you don't have this type of bait, you're gonna be in trouble. And these are a little bit upsized, so this is like that big crappie chasing bait.
You're going for slabs.
You're going for slabs.
All right, so we got the baby shad in the, this is the Mo Glow too. So these glow, and they do glow if you juice them up a little bit. But there you go. Look at that. So I mean, that is your standard straight tail body plastic. You're gonna have a good time with this. And all of this is not just because it's us. They sent this to us. Every Banking Creek bag has all of these baits in it. So
and the stickies.
It is loaded. They do come every other month, just as a heads up. This is not an every single month, but it's like the right amount of time.
I think it's perfect. Like you're just longingly being like, I ran out of like whatever. What's next?
I could go for another Banking Creek bag.
I just lost like half the bag. And now it's time for another one.
I ran out of my 3 floats. Not likely. So that's it for this unboxing, you guys. Hopefully you found something cool in here. Maybe go check it out, especially if you want to support some small businesses. I know we had 2 other big businesses kind of thrown into the mix here. Actually, a bunch of big businesses from Banking Creek, but lots of different things to help you catch more fish and have more fun on the water. So go check out these companies if you want to. We appreciate y'all for watching this video. And yeah.
Should we change our shirts back? Just kidding.
No more transitions. Never again. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Okay, bye.